very much, Mr. Cooper. I don't know if I know how to use this machine over here, but I'll work on it. First time I've set up this high. Okay. All right. Okay.
They'll come up here and just.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank the council members who have come today. As you know, education is one of the most important things we do in this city, as we all know, and we certainly want to hear from the experts as to what's going on in that area. First, we're going to have the community education, Ms. Mary Beth Harding and Ms. Laura Moon, Board Commissioner, if they would come up. Okay. Can you hear me now? First of all, I want to welcome you and thank you very much for being here today to share with us. As you can tell, this is a rather informal session. We may have, as Mr. Glover asked, we may have some more detailed sessions later, but we just want you today to kind of tell us what's going on with your budget and just give us an idea of what your priorities are.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mary Beth Harding. I'm the Executive Director, and I have with me Commissioner Laura Moore. Also in the audience, we have Commissioner Bernard Pickney, Program Coordinator Imelda Alamia, Administrative Services Officer Joshua Hill, and longtime PR consultant from MEPR agency Kia Jarman. We have had a great year. And we could not have been able to do it without the support and hard work of our commission and staff. As a reminder, the Community Education Commission provides affordable, personal, and professional enrichment for adults in the community. I've provided you guys with our current summer catalog and the FY16 annual report for you to review. Registration is open for summer classes, so we'd love to see some of you guys in class. During FY17, we served over 3,200 students during the summer, fall, and spring sessions with over another 600 registered for the summer classes. That's the most students that have been served since becoming a Metro department over 5 years ago, and over 1,000 more enrollments than last year. We've also delivered the largest revenue since becoming a department, over $90,000 this year so far. NCE serves students across 4 locations in Davidson County: the Cone School, Wright Middle School, the Nashville Farmers Market, and our newest location within the Martha O'Brien Center in East Nashville. We've continued partnering with organizations and fellow Metro departments, including the Farmers Market, Nashville Public Library, and MMPS through 6 free Spanish for Educators courses that taught education-focused Spanish to MMPS teachers. We continued growing our class offerings. We have over 200 instructors offering more than 380 classes ranging in topics from finance to fencing, from Spanish to seasonal cooking, and many things in between. For the upcoming fiscal year, we are planning to continue our growth with a specific focus on increasing enrollments in populations currently underserved, namely people of color, members of the Hispanic community, and community members without college degrees. One way we plan to accomplish these goals is through hiring a 4th full-time employee, a community engagement coordinator. This person will represent NCE at community events, help recruit bilingual and Hispanic instructors, and help facilitate partnerships with other Metro departments and local organizations. Our new coordinator will also engage directly with the community to determine what barriers are preventing these groups from participating in our classes and work with me to develop strategies to overcome these barriers. The cost of this position is actually covered by reallocating marketing funds and eliminating a budgeted part-time position to create a new full-time position. So there will be no added cost with that position. As enrollment increases, so does the cost of programming. Our instructors are all volunteers who receive a small stipend based on a percentage of class fees. We need an increase of $30,000 in that budget line to meet the realities of what these stipends are costing with such a successful enrollment. That is also true for our educational supplies. The more students we have, the more supplies we have to purchase. So some of these supplies are purchased by students, and that provides about $4,000 in revenue from supplies alone. We also pay contracted part-time site coordinators from that same budget line. And these coordinators make sure classes go smoothly when the full-time staff isn't available. And so as we work to increase our locations and nights that we offer classes at our satellite locations, we need to increase those costs as well. As we increase our student body, we're getting more and more requests for financial aid. Our classes are extremely affordable with the average cost of $35. But this is still too much for some potential students. We would like to offer scholarship opportunities to our most economically vulnerable citizens. We propose using $1,000 from our reserve fund and request a $1,000 match from the city to start this program. That would be roughly $50, $40 scholarships or more for classes that are lower cost. We think this would be a great starting point to see exactly how much this aid is needed. This year, we've recorded around 30 scholarship requests, but know that more people would apply if they knew they were available. The new community engagement coordinator and I would develop a marketing strategy for these scholarships in lower income areas and in the communities we have marked as being underserved. Our current staff has said that members of these communities have cited cost as a prohibitive factor to attending classes. Our team continues to be thankful for the opportunity to work with Nashville Community Education and the Metropolitan Nashville and Davidson County government. We look forward to continuing the growth of the department by providing even more affordable educational opportunities to Nashville citizens. Thank you all for continuing to support community education as we enrich the diverse fabric of Nashville.
Thank you very much. Ms. Moon, do you have anything to add? Okay. I'm sorry. Are there any questions from council members? Any comments? You must have done a great job. I've never seen this group not ask one question, but that's, oh, did I see a hand back there?
Yeah, there's a couple.
I messed up. Should have kept my mouth shut. Punch your button so I can see who it is. Did you punch you? Got John Cooper on here. Oh, okay, I got you. It just lit up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just have a couple of brief questions, and I don't know, you may have addressed some of these in your speech. I'm not 100% sure. Just about some individual line items that we have in our budget. I was a little bit, in looking at your special purpose fund there, in the other expense category, it was like a 427% increase. And I was just wondering kind of what is included in that item?
Yeah, well, with the special purpose fund, they made that fund this year we moved into the general fund last year, and so this was a thing that they created this year. So they just sort of had those as space holders until we do a true up, and then we're going to move those into specific categories. So that's why it looks like it's such a large chunk in that one other expenses. So that's going to go into specific line items. So that's going to do our professional and purchase services and different line items during true up.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Berkeley?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just looking through your nifty little brochure that y'all left on the desk, it lists some of the top zip codes for the past year, and I'm wondering if it would be possible to consider having a sliding scale cost for your classes. I mean, if there's some for whom the $35 is an obstacle, it looks like there might be some for whom $35 is such a great deal they might be willing to pay more. Is there any feasible way to sort of create some options there?
something we've thought about with having 3 employees and sort of trying to figure out, we don't ask exactly what everyone makes.
Right.
We do it via anonymous survey. So I'm not sure that there would be some problems with people sort of wanting to tell that information. So that's why we came up with the scholarships. And the process for applying for a scholarship is going to be incredibly easy and sort of not really having to do too many extra steps. So we're trying to make it as accessible as possible so that people don't have to be afraid to do that.
Right. No, I think that's probably the higher priority. Just wondered if y'all had had that consideration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Dow.
Thank you. I just have a quick question to ask. I noticed you have on here about the new instructor and site coordinator pay. Are you considering, I know at one time you had a satellite site out in the southeastern area, and I noticed that 37211 and 37013 are the top, in the top 5 zip codes of students participating. Are you considering having a location back out in that southeast area?
We do have our Wright Middle School location off Nolensville Road, and that's where most of those zip codes are going. We would like to increase locations in general. We're just trying to do it slowly. When we've had one farther out there, it wasn't at a great location, and therefore not a lot of people were coming to get there. So we're definitely open to having another location out there. We just need help finding the right spot.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Southeast Community Center. I actually was, when the previous executive director was here, I was the one telling her a lot of people wanted to take the class. A long time ago, I used to take some of the classes at Antioch High School. And they offered them at Antioch High School before. This has been in the 90s.
Yeah.
And so I'm telling my age, which is horrible, but they were so much fun. And when I talked with her again, they had them, but the location, a lot of the neighbors told me, was not a great location and so forth. But we do have our Southeast Regional Library and Recreation Center, and we have about 100,000 square feet downstairs that's not used. And I think having these classes would be wonderful because it's convenient, it's on the bus line, it's in the center of our community. So I enjoy taking them, and I would like to participate again, but now it's just not convenient for me to get to one of the areas that's hosting the class. But if you're considering that space is available, and I would love to see some things taught there.
Yeah, we'd love to talk to them more. The problem we've had with working in libraries is that the classes have to be free. And so some of our classes do have a fee, and the teacher may not be willing to teach them completely for free. So we've been trying to find a space that will allow us to have a small fee. I don't know if because it's a rec center as well, if that would be okay. But we've been trying to have locations at libraries, but we can only offer free classes there.
So you can only offer a free class, the class has to be free if it's offered in the library? So how do you charge at the schools? Is that some?
It's a different,
I'd be
we've
interested.
had a different agreement with
Okay.
those.
That's very interesting. Yeah. I want to look into that further because we're talking about developing space downstairs into classrooms. And so having someone in and teach the basic computer level skill class would be in line with something that the community would like. And I know many of the people would be willing to pay a nominal fee for the class. So I will check in to find out why they
I look
can't.
forward to talking to you about it. That'd be great.
Thanks so much.
Henderson. Not on. Punching it.
Hello.
Okay, you on now? See if you can punch. Bunch Brad Moore sitting next. Oh, who's sitting next to him? Jacoby? Bunch hers again. Thank we got
It's green. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Hayes. Thank you, Chair. Thank you all very much for these great classes. It's really great to see what you offer. I wanted to inquire to how you, from an offerings perspective, how you coordinate with the libraries, the parks, just to make sure that, not necessarily there's not redundancies, because that wouldn't necessarily be bad, but that you're offering a full spectrum of things, and what parks is offering, what libraries is offering, that it's a full kind of complement of things. How do you all coordinate among those departments for your offerings, your course offerings? Or do you?
We definitely work with the libraries to offer, we've just tried not to offer the same things that they do and push students who are interested in those topics to them. Or in the cases this summer, we have a few classes that are really showcasing the things that the libraries do, like digital books and digital entertainment. So those are actually classes taught by library staff members through us. That isn't necessarily a class the library is teaching, but it's something that's showing our students how the library works or how they can use it better. So we've been coordinating with them and some of their educational coordinators. We don't really coordinate that much with parks, but we just try to check other people's schedules and listings, as well as other community education groups in the city that are private or nonprofits, and try not to duplicate too much unless we have so many students asking for it, in which case there's obviously a need to have more than 1 or 2 classes in the city. So,
Do you think it would behoove you to coordinate more with parks?
I
Or
would love to coordinate more with parks.
Okay, great.
That would be fantastic. We're in touch with some of their theater departments and other departments, but we've been trying to coordinate more.
Okay,
in
and
touch.
I mean, among your nonprofits and the various departments, I mean, again, I don't want to add more meetings, no. But do you think it would behoove you all to have kind of a cross, a collaboration among all those folks to be meeting as to what your offerings would be?
That would be fantastic.
Okay.
I would love to help. Yeah. A new position is going to help with that. The
Okay.
community engagement coordinator will definitely be a person, or that will at least take some things off my plate to have more meetings. And they'll be helping us sort of make those connections with different departments.
Great. Good to hear. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Ms. Pradmore?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for being here. I try to frame this question in a way of your budget, so it'll conform to the reason we're here. Continuing on with the conversation about parks, can you, or are you aware, if you do have a program in parks that you can charge for the program, or is it similar to the library, it has to be free?
I believe you can charge a nominal fee, small fee, but I believe so. We haven't been told that you can't charge through the community centers.
Well, good. We have a community center that's will be completed in the spring of next year. We'd love to have the programs over there.
Please, I'll reach out.
Thank you.
Mr. Cooper?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 2 quick questions. What's your average age and what's your most popular class?
Oh, great. I can do this. We actually have 2 ages that are really popular. I like to call them the childless ages. It's the over 65, people that are retired, and then young working professionals. So those are the people that generally have the most time to sort of dedicate to extra classes. We have people from all age groups, but those are our 2 most popular. And then our most popular classes, oil painting's incredibly popular, and then we have upholstery, and those are kind of our more fun ones, but then something like Spanish is also incredibly popular, especially nowadays. People are really using it for their jobs and to build their resumes, so Spanish is a really big one too.
Okay, any more questions? Comments? I don't see anybody else in the queue, so thank you all very much for being here and sharing this information with us. We look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you all. Have a great day.